So the next key point is your learning. There's a lot to learn. If there wasn't, then everyone would be doing it, as Nick said. Okay, that is the barrier to get to eat at the top table, right? But it's worth doing that. Just like it was worth going through orthodontic school and not remaining as a general dentist and saying, oh, I wish I could become a specialist. A lot of people say to me, gee, I'm just not as smart as you, or I'm not as this as you. I say, yes, you are. I said, I'm just an ordinary person. And I really believe that. But I'm doing some extra things, like dental monitoring, like getting extra education, and a whole heap of other things. And when you put the word extra with ordinary, what do you get? All right? So we can all be extraordinary. Or we can just be ordinary. There's plenty of ordinary out there, right? The vanilla, as you guys call it, the vanilla orthodontist or the vanilla business. There's plenty of that. They won't survive very long, and they won't do as well. So you've got to there's no shortcuts, right? You know, when we came out of, things are changing now, thankfully. It's a little too slow, in my opinion, way too slow. But when I came out of my residency, I'd done one aligner case, and I hadn't even finished it, all right? And that's all we're allowed to do. So any of the clear aligner companies out there, my advice to you and encouragement to you is inject a whole lot of more money into our residency schools around the world. If you really want to dig into this big pie, this big market, spend more money on the residents, spend more money on the schools. They need it, and you're investing in the future. You're investing in your future customers, right? So spend a hell of a lot more money on research, development, because when we come out of residency school, we only get taught how to drive a car, right? Braces. You know, driving clear aligners is like driving a boat. And there's plenty in the room, I'm sure, who have the ability to do both, yeah? They're two different creatures and beasts. And if you've never driven a boat, you should have the opportunity and get in one and just have a little play. You know, it's very different. There's no braking system per se. It's just, you just have different control. It is a different beast. And so you've got to learn a different set of skills. And for those of us who never learned it in residency school, we've had to learn it in our spare time, doing the extra work to be extraordinary and offer that as a service to our patients. And so there's a whole heap of, you know, clubs and groups now that are forming. It's amazing. It's amazing. I spoke at the European Aligner Society meeting last year in Venice, and I went to that meeting, and it was amazing. It was just so nice to see like a collaboration of clear aligner companies out there sharing knowledge, and being open about it, and being collaborative and sharing. And two of my good buddies are sitting in the room today. Took that concept and made it happen locally in the Australasian area. And so they launched their first conference last month on the Gold Coast, and had a really good attendance meeting there with 150 doctors signed up and to be part of that. And 100 of those have signed for next year. That's how much they loved it and loved that concept of collaboration. And it's the concept of the fish right again, right? That picture of the fish. It's like, if we are far stronger if we're together than if we're trying to do things alone. You need to stop and analyse your cases. It takes time. It's humbling to look at your case and go, could have done better there. It's not quite as good as it looked when, you know, they were in the room, or we took photos of their smile, and really being critical of your own work. And that's very humbling. And I didn't do that for quite some time, and I'm ashamed to admit that. But I start looking at my cases a lot more, especially as I'm presenting more. You start realising, ooh, that's not such a good outcome, or I could have done better there, or whatever it is. So you've got to expect the failure. You've got to expect to criticise yourself, but it leads to success, right? Don't be left behind, all right? You know, things are changing so rapidly now. It's been mentioned so many times over the last 2 days. You want to be using the latest. Don't be left behind with dental monitoring. Well done for being here. Take it back, implement it in your office, and stay ahead of the other people that are using the old Atari systems or the old Nintendos, okay? You know, this saying of, if it ain't, you know, broken, don't fix it, that doesn't work anymore with today's technology, because things are becoming obsolete.